Welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23 and 1. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're traveling to Indiana to speak about a very popular sheriff who happened to have been a star on the hit TV show 60 Days In on A&E. Yeah, we've done quite a bit of reactions to the 60 Days In, especially on that series. So it's crazy for me and many others to see that this sheriff got hemmed up on 15 felonies. They ain't your average felonies either. They're them, white collar crimes. And believe it or not, man, from what I seen throughout time, that paperwork, white collar crime stuff, man, they don't got time for that. They smoke you from here to kingdom come. You want to try playing the system. But anyways, before we get into this crazy story, not to mention some of the lawsuits this sheriff is facing and why, it's gonna blow y'all's mind, man. I had no idea that this stuff was going on, and not to mention who snitched on him. Ain't gonna believe it. So if you enjoy this type of content, all things lockup and crime related, then this is where you want to be. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell before you leave, and check out my playlist with many more videos for you to start watching today. Former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Noel was arrested Wednesday after surrendering to authorities at a county jail in Jeffersonville. Noel is facing 15 felony charges, 1 count of corrupt business influence, 1 count of obstruction of justice, 5 counts of theft, 4 counts of ghost employment, and 4 counts of official misconduct. His arrest comes nearly 3 months after Indiana State Police served several search warrants at his home in Old Tay Bridge in Jeffersonville back in August. The search was part of an ISP investigation requested by Clark County Sheriff Scotty Maples himself. He sat beside him in the 60 Days In show on a regular basis, right? So he's cleaning up shop, man. He was being dead serious probably with that show. Who would have known that the captain was gonna tell on the sheriff and become the sheriff? Crazy turn of events, huh? Scotty Maples, who served as deputy chief under Noel for several years before becoming elected sheriff in November 2022. In a statement following Noel's arrest Wednesday, Maples said he and his team discovered many unnerving and possible criminal activities by Jamie Noel. It's crazy to me that a sheriff, that sees lockup on a regular basis, but still chooses to commit a crime and risk getting put in the same kind of place. Makes no sense, man. He must not have thought ever in a million years he'd get caught. He probably thought everyone had his back, but unfortunately they didn't, and they set up a damn sting and investigation on him, probably working around him at the same time. Maples said he began uncovering the issues shortly after he took office in December 2022, when he discovered a secret recording device, wiretap, in the office of the former assistant chief that had been planted during Noel's term and led directly to Noel's former office. That's when Maples ordered an office-wide review that revealed more disturbing information. So he said that he found a planted wiretap device that led straight to Noel's office. Maybe there was a long wire it followed all the way there. I don't know, but a lot of dirty shenanigans going on in that jail. Not to mention something else I'm about to bring your way. It's even crazier. Secondly, Maples said he learned that Noel had ordered several sheriff's office employees to work and perform maintenance on his personal property, investment properties, and business properties, while being paid to work at the sheriff's office. Man, this guy was making bank all kinds of ways. But he's sending these deputies out to go work on his property. You think these guys ain't coming back like, man, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm on duty here. I should be in the jail. They're talking behind the sidelines, man. Probably wonder what the hell's going on. And then they start getting jealous and hating and stuff like that. And they come in together one-minded. He's got to go, y'all. It's time for a new sheriff. Mr. Maples. That's right, sir. You're a bright shining star now. Go ahead and do a brand new 60 Days In as a new sheriff. It also says that shortly after taking office, Maples said an officer abruptly resigned and requested a retirement benefit. But because the officer did not qualify for the pension, command staff began looking into his request and found documents that appeared to have been falsified, forged, and destroyed to fraudulently make it appear that the person was owed a pension, in which they were not, Maples said. The former employee was also a family member of Mr. Jamie Noel himself. I was disturbed and very disappointed in Jamie Noel's conduct and the steps he took to conceal information from his staff and me during his tenure as sheriff. But I knew something had to be done. Maple said Wednesday, no man is above the law, not even the sheriff. Now, not only is this guy a sheriff going to jail, but he's also facing some federal lawsuits for some crazy stuff that went down in the jail when he was a sheriff. Female detainees at a southern Indiana jail previously featured on the A&E reality show 60 Days In are suing the sheriff, who is Mr. Noel, in a federal court after a male guard sold keys to their cells to male inmates who terrorized, harassed, and raped them, according to the complaint. COs sold the keys to the women's cells to male inmates. Do you not understand how crazy that is? I wouldn't be able to believe it even if it was happening right before my eyes. It says that 8 women listed on the Jane Does in the suit say Clark County Jail Officer David Lowe handed over the keys to the women's cells to male inmates on October 23rd, 2021 in exchange for $1,000. I can't even imagine that, man. I can see guards opening up the door for males to go attack another male. But never have I ever heard of them selling the keys to a women's cell. That's crazy, man. Imagine those girls in that cell, man, when the male inmates came a knocking with the keys in hand. God, man, that's crazy. And these deputies, what, they think they're not going to get caught? But, innocent until proven guilty, right? We'll see what happens in the courtroom probably later on down the road. Man, oh man. And this is coming from an ex-con that, been to prison 2 times. I'm glad I'm not in Noel's shoes. But he's facing a lot of time, man. And like I said, those white-collar crimes, not to mention all the dirty, dirty things that we probably ain't heard about yet in the courtroom, when all of it comes to light, he could be getting some serious time, for sure. I don't think him being a sheriff or having his foot into the political side of things is going to help in any way, shape, or form for this. Now, a lot of people might be wondering what the heck is going to happen to a former sheriff behind bars. Look, out of all the people that I've seen locked up, I've never, unless they went under the radar, which I highly doubt, I've never seen a cop in general population. I need to do my research, but I haven't read no stories of an inmate killing an officer doing time in prison. It's because they're protected. Just like a lot of sex offenders are, they go to pretty much the same kind of blocks. But that doesn't mean that they sleep good at night. I'm sure people are doing all kinds of dirty things to them while they're doing time. The COs might not like them. The trustees, look, trustees find out all the juice. If there's a cop in the block, trust me, they're going to find out. And they're going to make sure that tray is sabotaged. At least the train to go ones. There's some trustees out there that are worse than cops. But just imagine that sheriff going to sit in a cell. How much of a life-changing experience that is. The guy that used to run the whole place was on TV looking like a perfect role model. Dirtier than the rug on your front porch. Well, not yet. Innocent till proven guilty. He could be clean. And I'm sure he got a bond, but I'm just playing in my mind hypothetically. If the bond gets revoked or he's found guilty and sentenced to some time in prison, he's sitting in his cell looking back at all the stuff that he's went through. Used to run the jail. Now, the guy that he worked with for so many years probably gave orders to. Told him to do this, that. Probably taught him a lot of stuff. Years of working next to this individual. And he's taking your spot as you're going to prison. It doesn't pay to commit crimes, ladies and gentlemen. See, people know that they can get caught. They know the risk. They just can't take the temptation, man. A few extra dollars here and there, nobody will know. 13 deputies working on the porch in full uniform? Nobody's gonna know. They're just doing community service. Nothing to see here. Like I said, imagine those deputies, man, coming back from working on dude's property. They're probably wishing they could go home and work on their own damn house. Regardless if you're getting paid to do it, that doesn't matter, man. You're working on a house. That wasn't a part of the job detail. So I know that stirred up a bunch of feathers, man. And then, not to mention his federal lawsuits, okay? He's probably going to get sued from here to Kingdom Come. Every last little extra penny that he risked his freedom for is about to be yoked right away from him. And not to mention his wife. Any kind of stuff he had going on, man, it went straight out the window. She's probably got to start fending for herself if he goes to prison. His kids, if he's got kids, it's changed his whole damn dynasty. Crazy. All over a few extra pieces of paper. Yeah, you can get some stuff with them, but still, it's paper. And this sheriff is a pure moron to think that people weren't going to notice all this stuff, So he gets everything that comes his way, man. You play stupid games, guess what? You win stupid prizes. But anyways, I'm out of here. Not too long of a video today. I will be dropping some shorts and doing a lot of interviews over the weekend. I'm about to take myself a little vacation for the Thanksgiving holiday. I haven't had a vacation in a long time, y'all. I thoroughly need it. Gotta escape the penitentiary, but at the same time, I'm gonna have plenty of uploads for y'all, so you won't even notice. Consistency is key. I said that in the beginning, and look, 7 years later, we're still going. But as always, until the next time, y'all be easy, be safe, and stay free.